Hello everyone, this is Mike Young from BeyondYourWeddingDate.com. Debt is a major problem in our country. Our government's massively in debt, as you hear about all the time on the news. And more importantly though, individual families are in debt. Their households are really struggling and have a lot of debt in our country. And often you'll hear me talk about how to get out of that debt. But today I'd like to concentrate more on how to avoid getting in debt in the first place. And again, this is extremely important for younger people, obviously, and newly married couples, to avoid falling into that trap of getting into debt. And there's 4 common pitfalls to avoid in order to help do that. The first one is, avoid not doing a budget. You have to do a budget in order to avoid debt. That way you know what your limits are and you can live below your means, not spend too much, which is where debt comes into play. So do a budget. Okay? Secondly, is another pitfall to fall into is to have careless credit card use. Don't use the credit cards for every little expenditure here and there, and because studies have shown it's easier to swipe that card and you will spend more money every time than if you just use cash. So honestly, in my opinion, if you listen to me or read my stuff very often, you will know that I will say no credit card use, period. That is the most careless, or careful, I guess I should say, way of using credit cards, is to not use them at all. Third is, unnecessary or risky other types of loans. Avoid consolidation loans. Most of the time people that do consolidation loans just get into more debt because they don't change the habits that got the debt in the first place. Avoid those. Avoid loans for furniture or large items that you're going to have money later to pay. For example, I hear people say all the time, "Oh, I got this on financing because when we get our tax refund, we'll be able to pay it off, or whenever we get this bonus." Crazy things happen in life. There could be many things come up between now and then that you won't have that money to pay it when it comes due, and that happens all the time, and you get drilled with interest and payments for years to come. Certainly avoid family and friend loans. You don't want to mess up that relationship with family members or friends to where you are indebted to them. So avoid all kind of unnecessary risky loans. And fourth, try to avoid that ever-rising standard of living. We're always trying to keep up with the Joneses. Anytime we get a raise or anything, it's like we automatically have it spent, or a bonus. Be careful about how you spend things and do it very systematically, and again, consistently stay below your means. Do those things, avoid those things, and you will avoid the debt, so I don't have to try to teach you how to get out of it. Thanks again. This is Mike Young from BeyondYourWeddingDate.com.